Hi everyone and welcome back. In the book of Judges, we read of a man called Gideon. And at that time, the people of Israel were overwhelmingly and oppressed by the Midianites who had taken their weapons, taken their food, and the people of Israel were living in great suffering and great poverty and stress. And yet in the midst of that, God speaks to a man called Gideon. He finds him threshing wheat in the winepress. He's hiding because he's fearful. And when the angel of the Lord comes to Gideon, he says, "Gideon, you are a mighty man of valor." I'm sure Gideon looked around to think, well, is that really me? In fact, he went on to say, I'm the smallest man of the smallest family of the smallest tribe of Israel. Why me? And you see, that's such a word of encouragement to you and I, that God does not look at our abilities. He is not looking at what we have accomplished. He is not looking at our gifts and our talents. He's just looking for people in this day and generation who are willing to stand up and say, Lord, I want to have faith in you, in your plan and your purposes. I want to live for you. So Gideon gave himself to God, and God dealt with Gideon's life. And even as you read the story from Judges chapter 6, you will see that Gideon was constantly, in a measure, trying to bring other people into the picture so that he felt enabled. And yet God would deal. When the army was too big, God would limit the army. When Gideon wanted weapons, God would limit the weapons. God was always keeping Gideon in that place of dependency. And I believe that's the way that God works in our lives as well. So often we become sure of ourselves. We become people who are, confident in, well, I've done this for God and I've accomplished this, and now we feel good. We've got people around us and in the church, and now we feel strong. And yet God has a unique way of just bringing things down to me and him, you and him. That's the way God desires. So that our trust and confidence is never in our situation, never in other people, but it's simply in God and in God alone. God looks at you and I today and he sees the potential. He sees the plan and purpose. It's not like anybody else. It's different. He has something unique for each and every one of us. But he's looking for that heart where we'll rise up and say, Lord, I need you. I will trust in you. As Gideon did, that's what I will do. May the Lord help us. God bless.